Whether at work, on the streets or even in politics, women sharing their experience of sexist behaviour has become more prevalent over the last few years. More recently, many women have been encouraged to speak out about their experience owing to movements like Me Too. Well, 6 years ago, the French Equality Council was created in order to establish a clearer picture of the issue. To tell us more, Guiraud of the French Equality Council joins us here on the 51%. Hello to you.
Hello.
Thanks very much for coming in. First of all, when it comes to sexist behaviour, how do you get your findings? Where do they come from?
So actually our findings are based on the expertises of our members, because the High Council is made of 72 members who are representatives from the feminist movement associations, researchers, elected people and institutional people. So they speak together in meetings, and plus we hear also people from outside of the High Council. So we listen to other associations, to other researchers, and we also look a lot about on the feminist mobilization on the websites where women share their experiences of sexism. So there is a lot of French websites where they share their experiences of street harassment, online harassment, access to abortion, sexism in politics, or like in every area of the society.
Talk to us, if you will, Claire, about some of the ways that sexism manifests itself in society, because some ways are more blatant than others, some are more subtle.
Yes, exactly. So there is a wide panel of acts, of sexist acts. Some can appear as not so problematic, like a sexist comment or sexist jokes, and it goes until the worst one, like hate crimes against women, like when husband killed their wife, for instance. So all this panel of acts, it's the consequences of the sexism that we define as an ideology, the ideology of women being inferior to men, and the consequences are really in the daily life of women. It's from the morning when they hear the radio and they will hear some sexist jokes, then they will take the bus and they will suffer from street harassment or bus harassment. Then they go to their work and they suffer from the gender pay gap, and then they have to take care of their children, and they go back home and they have in charge most of the duties related to the home or to the children. So it's really like a continuum on the daily life of women.
Now, when it comes to movements like the Me Too, I mean, talk to us about whether you saw an increase in the number of women who are now willing to speak out about sexist behaviour.
Yes, really, Me Too has had a lot of impacts on denouncing sexism. So we see it really in the official figures, because, like, for instance, the figure from the police, they said that the number of complaints for sexual violences increased by 30% in the 3 months following the beginning of the Me Too movement. So we really see the consequences in the official figures. And we can also see it like in the society, because there is no one day without a buzz on a sexist comment at the TV, on the media coverage of gender-based violences, or on advertising or stereotypes in toys for children, for instance. So there is a very big mobilization, really dynamic mobilization, and it's definitely a consequences of the Me Too movement.
Now, the French Equality Council is doing an enormous amount of work to raise awareness about sexist behaviour. Talk us through some of the things that you're doing to ensure that people are really aware of what's going on.
So in the 6 past years, we published 60 reports on a very wide panel of issues, like street harassment, sexism in the gynecologist monitoring, in politics, so in every area of the society. So our members, they work for a few months, they hear a lot of people, and they share an analysis from their different points of view, and then we make recommendation for the government or the parliament to improve the laws or improve the public policies so that they really contribute to gender equality. And then we try to do a lot of communication so that our work are not only experts' work, but can be also useful for everybody, like professional. So we have a lot of testimonies from professionals in education, in health, in police or industries, saying that the work are very useful to help them to be more aware of what sexism is, how it can be spotted, because usually it's like we don't really see it because it's like everywhere. So we are really used to it and we don't really identify what the sexism. So yes, with this work we try to target the public policies, but also everyone.
When it comes to your reports, a large number say that up to 83% of French people agree that women are subject to sexist behaviour. The French Equality Council, though, says that's not enough. There's still more that needs to be done. As you move forward, what else will you do?
So with the last report that we published last week, which was the first report on sexism, We call for like awareness campaigns saying what is sexism, saying that it's forbidden. There is a lot of acts that are forbidden and then can be followed with incarceration or fines. We also call for training for educational professional, health professional, and also policemen, women and judges, because they have a very important role in punishing the sexism. We call also for more fundings for the feminist associations, because they are the ones who take care of women who are victims of sexism, and we really think that their contribution to the fight against sexism is really key. So they need more fundings, because today they are very, very low subvention. And we call also for the recognition of a national official day against sexism every year. And this is why I wear this little thing, because today in Paris, the collective Ensemble contre le sexisme, Together Against Sexism, which is made of almost 40 associations, they are organizing the second National Day Against Sexism and really call for recognition of an official day against sexism every year.
Guiraud of the French Equality Council, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you.